Once upon a time in the cozy town of Willowshade, there lived a gentle woman named Mariam. She was known by everyone as the Bakery Queen. Her pastries were not only delicious, but magical, in a way that made people smile just by smelling them. But what made Mariam truly special wasn't just her talent for baking, it was her deep love for her family. Mariam had grown up in a large, joyful household, filled with laughter, stories, and the smell of rising bread. But after her mother passed away, things changed. Arguments broke out, misunderstandings spread, and one by one, her siblings stopped visiting. Years passed. The once warm family gatherings became nothing but memories. Still, Mariam held on to hope. She poured her love into her little bakery, the Warm Crumb, located right in the center of Willowshade. Every morning, she'd rise before the sun, knead the dough, and hum her mother's favorite lullaby. She sold fluffy cinnamon rolls, chocolate-filled croissants, and fruit-topped cheesecakes. But her favorite item was the honey heart loaf, a golden sweet bread shaped like a heart, her mother's recipe. One day, as Mariam kneaded dough, a little girl named Lila visited the shop with her father. They had just moved into town. Lila was quiet, but as soon as she tasted the honey heart loaf, she smiled brightly. "This tastes like love," she whispered. Mariam knelt and said, "That's exactly what it is, sweetheart." Later that evening, Lila's father returned alone. "Miss Mariam," he said kindly, "you have a gift." "My daughter hasn't smiled like that since her mom passed." Mariam nodded gently. "Baking is like healing," she said. "Each ingredient has a lesson." From that day on, Mariam began teaching children how to bake every Saturday. She called it the Sweet Wisdom Class. Each recipe came with a story and a value. Vanilla Patience Cake, teaching that good things take time. Friendship Tarts, where each child brought a different ingredient to share. Kindness Muffins, decorated with notes of encouragement inside. But deep inside, Mariam longed to teach her most important recipe, the honey heart loaf, to her own siblings. So she decided to write each one of them a letter. Not a text, not an email, a real handwritten letter, the way their mother used to write. In each one she wrote a simple message. "This Saturday at 3 p.m., I'll be baking something we all loved. The door will be open, the oven will be warm, and I'll be waiting with honey." At first, Mariam didn't expect them to come. But that Saturday, as the sweet smell of warm honey filled the air, one sibling showed up. Then another, and another. Some brought flowers, others brought homemade jam. They were awkward at first, unsure of what to say. Mariam simply handed them aprons. "No talking until you've kneaded at least one loaf," she smiled. As they baked together, memories returned. Laughter bubbled out like yeast in warm dough. Apologies were whispered between bowls. Tears were stirred into the batter, but they made the bread even sweeter. That evening, they all sat on the bakery floor with mismatched chairs and old teacups. They shared the honey heart loaf, warm and soft. It tasted like childhood, like healing, like coming home. From that day forward, the bakery became more than just a business. It became a home for healing, growth, and unity. Educational takeaways. 1. Food connects us. Meals and recipes are powerful ways to pass on traditions and repair bonds. 2. Patience is sweet. Like dough, relationships need time, warmth, and care to rise again. 3. Forgiveness is a recipe. 1 part honesty, 1 part love, and 1 part courage. 4. Small acts make big changes. A simple letter and warm bread can open the door to transformation. And so Mariam, the bakery queen, didn't just bake delicious treats. She baked unity, understanding, and second chances. And every Saturday at 3 p.m., the oven...
Hi, I'm Rorisang, 20-year-old, and I've been waiting for university sponsorship for 2 years, and I have recently heard of YouTube automation. I plead you to help me by donating just $1, or anything, for I'm accepted in varsity with no sponsorship. School starts in 4th August. My goal is $3,500 by the end of 24 July, or help by subscribing for monetization, but for now, please help in sending money to help in first semester and accommodation. I promise to keep updating on the donation and posting more stories on my channel. Thank you for the donation.
She didn't just bake bread. She baked people back together. That evening, long after the bakery had closed, Mariam and her siblings sat on the warm wooden floor, the soft hum of the oven still lingering. Crumbs dotted the rug. Teacups were half empty and plates were wiped clean, but no one moved. For the first time in years, they didn't want to leave. "I missed this," whispered Hannah, the youngest sister, barely holding back tears. "I missed us." Their brother Rafiq looked up. He hadn't spoken much all night. "I blamed you," he said, eyes on Mariam. "After Mama passed, I thought you abandoned us." Mariam nodded slowly. "I didn't know how to hold us together," she replied. "So I held on to what I could, the bread, the recipes, the smells. I thought maybe you'd find your way back through them." Silence followed. But it was a gentle silence, the kind that heals, not the kind that hurts. The idea that changed everything. The next morning, something unexpected happened. Rafiq came back, not to argue, but to help. He rolled up his sleeves and asked, "Can I learn how to make that honey loaf?" Mariam smiled. "Only if you promise not to rush the rise." Little by little, her siblings returned, not just to visit, but to bake, learn, and serve. They turned the back room of the bakery into a community kitchen, just like their mother used to have at home. They started a memory menu. Mama's lentil pie, warm and hearty, filled with soft spices. Uncle Yusuf's pickle rolls, weird but addictively good. Grandma's salted tea biscuits, cracked but comforting. And, of course, the honey heart loaf, the signature. News of the reunited family and their magical bakery spread. Soon, people came not just for sweets, but for the stories. Widows, lonely teens, foster children, broken friendships, young moms, grandfathers. Mariam began hosting Family Fix-It nights. Every Thursday, tables were pushed together. Strangers were grouped like family. They cooked, shared their pain, and passed the bread. One night, a boy who hadn't spoken since his parents' divorce took a bite of the honey heart loaf and whispered, "It's okay now." What can we learn from Mariam? That food isn't just food. It's a bridge. That family can fall apart, but it can also rise again. That every act of love, even one as small as kneading dough, can change a life. And that healing starts with inviting people in. Even if all you have is warm bread and an open door, you already have enough to start over.